Hey YouTube, how's it going? Coming at you with FERROTHORN. And I tried it out because I thought it would be like a sneaky core breaker to a certain extent. But then I'm like, it actually has a lot of weaknesses, but it has a lot of strengths. So let's go with the battles. I just paired it with, so the reason I paired it with Sableye and Electrode is strengths of FERROTHORN is that it is good against, like, I'm thinking about the core, right, of what you see, the trifecta plus Lanturn. So it's an incredible response to Lanturn. Grass is just resist electric and water, so you just absolutely sort of wall that. It also has Thunder, so although you are taking neutral from Sky attacks and the all the sort of flying moves, you can hit super effective for Thunder. Problem is it takes a little to get there. One Thunder's not going to take it out, but it's at least something that you can throw chip damage. Problem with this Pokemon is that it's also weak to fighting because of the steel typing, and you don't have a ton to throw at neutral steels like Registeel, like only steels like Registeel. Like at least with Galarian Stunfisk, which is actually not a bad matchup. I actually may come in here. Yeah, this is exactly why, because like you're half rock, half half steel, so you still take neutral from the grass, and that's same with the Bastiodon. They take neutral, or sorry, half ground here and then half rock with Bastiodon, so you still take neutral to grass. So it's not as bad in those situations. At least you can do chip damage. It's like the pure steels that you have problems with, plus like Medicham, you just get lit up. So it's one of those Pokemon where it's like it is fun to use. It had some play in some of these matchups. They're gonna hit me with an Earthquake here, and like I'm gonna show you right now, like right off the bat here. Like one Power Whip does, like, I don't know. I think it takes two, if I remember, it took 2 here, so it took like 40. Yeah, it does like 40% to Galarian Stunfisk. So it's not great. It's not bad. You're bulky enough that you would survive an Earthquake from this range anyway, so I'm not worried about being taken out. So it's one of those Pokemon where it's like, Core Breaker, no. Has its play in the meta? Yes. You need sort of 2 Pokemon to balance it, because there is a lot of sort of weaknesses associated with it. So not one, as you saw in my video, yes, I don't know when this is going up, on Sunday. You saw my video on Sunday that I put out a series of what Pokemon you should prioritize in the Great League. And I went over sort of the super meta of the Great League and other Pokemon that are coming up. And because there's like four other Great League Cups coming up. There's 5, but one's just Psychic, so I ignored that one. But there's 4 other Cups coming up. So stuff like a Bomb Snow was on like 3 or 4 of those lists. So like a Bomb Snow plus like the video that I posted the other day or this morning on a Bomb Snow as a core breaker for Noctowl and Lanturn. Like that could be something that's building up. This is more like sort of niche. Plus, like the other thing I didn't mention is you lose hard to Trevenant, right? You have nothing to throw at Trevenant, so you lose that matchup too. So like it's great. Like you're gonna beat Swamperts, you're gonna beat anything that's water, you're gonna beat, right? Which there's an okay amount, like Azumarill, Swampert, Lanturn. It kind of catches some like normal typings off guard too if they only have like Body Slam or moves that can't, like, because Steel has a lot of resistances. So like take this out, I'm gonna grab a shield here or do a ton of chip damage, which then means my Sableye can sweep. So Power Whip is a decent move at like forcing shields, and Thunder again for coverage. But again, I can't. I just look at the meta currently, and there's just too many losses to the main meta. Like if you go over the video that I just put out, I talk about stuff you can build up. Like, okay, you lose to Registeel here. You do okay against Galarian Stunfisk. You're going to lose to Medicham. You're going to lose to Noctowl. You're going to beat Lanturn. Sableye is, I don't know who would win the Sableye matchup straight up. But overall, like you lose to any Defense Deoxys. You lose to, like, just so many. You lose to Altaria. Like, there's just too many losses against the main meta for it to be useful overall, in my opinion. But it's fun to use, especially this early on in the season. So yeah, that is basically it. So again, when you're week 2, Metachamp, Noctowl, Registeel is why I kind of paired it with Sableye and Electrode as things that can sort of like overall deal with that. But even in this matchup, you're still taking... I think you're resisting the smackdowns here, but you are going to take double super effective from the flamethrower. So that basically takes me out. I'll get a second move off here, but... And it doesn't do too bad chip damage. Bastion's just so tanky, it's going to take like 3 to take you out. I don't know what I've been doing this matchup because I've been talking, but I am down 2 shields and in trouble here, so this is not looking great. So yeah, I know when I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna put this up Monday afternoon because I got my anti-Lanturn team coming in the morning here, and then I have this team coming, and then tomorrow I've got a old school double ghost team, which I think still works pretty well. And I saw a couple viewer submitted battles come in, so I may showcase one of those Tuesday afternoon before League turns over on Wednesday to, I believe it is Great League and Color Cup. So we will ignore Great League because I am bored of this meta already, and I was bored last season and they did not switch it. But Color Cup, I will do a top teams, fire, water, grass, and electric, or the Pokemon. And I already saw it on PV Poke, so I can easily just go into the rankings there and put teams together. I'm trying to just kind of look at the top 20 rankings and think about what This is tricky. This is tricky because so FERROTHORN is on the list. It's number 8. It's a mixture between very meta Pokemon and very like totally off-key Pokemon, right? So let's just look at the meta Pokemon. Abomasnow is kind of meta, but like Toxapex, Trevenant, Abomasnow, Swampert, Galvantula, Whiscash, Unova, Stunfisk, Charizard's on this list, and then Ninetales, Marowak, Pelipper, right? So Pokemon that you generally see in Great League. But then there's some weird ones like Tropius. Again, those were just in eggs, so you probably could build one if you hatched a couple. Victini, Shadow Zapdos, Gorgeist, Mantine, Shiftry, Lurantis, Pachirisu, which I still don't have one in my decks, Credilli, Jumpluff, Togedemaru. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm trying to think of how would I build. I'll obviously do like top teams and rankings on Wednesday. But on initial look here, you could do like an ABB style. Like right off the bat, I'm looking at like an ABB style team for double grass in the back. Trevenant as your safe swap. Try and draw out a fire Pokemon. Punish it in the front with like a Swampert or something. And then have your other grass in the back. FERROTHORN, Abomasnow, Tropius, sweep. Like that's an ABB style team I'm thinking of right off the top. You can go balance team. I would maybe use like Galvantula as a safe swap in this meta. Having Lunge, I think, is a good option in this meta. So you can do something like Swampert, Galvantula as a safe swap, and then maybe like a fire in the back. Is Ninetales in this meta? Ninetales is in this meta. So I'll have to maybe use Ninetales. So Ninetales, something like that. So I don't know. I'll play around with it, make some teams to showcase on Wednesday for you. And then I'll probably focus on that for a bit, even though I do think it's going to get a little boring. It's a 4 typing meta, and that is not bad. That's what I asked for. I said, please don't give us Unotyping anymore. There is one Psychic Cup, but for the most part, that is the only single typing cup. Most of these are 3 to 4 typing. So this is a 4 typing. So I appreciate at least Niantic try to make it unique. And there we may be able to play with teams, and who knows what's going to come up, right? You never know what people are going to run. So we will see how that goes. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see this season. I put a poll up and I said, like, what do you want to see? And people told me a mixture of try hard teams and like spice teams, and others just said just do whatever you want. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Like I think like the anti-meta team is like a gaining is like dealing with the Great League meta. I think the double ghost team tomorrow is a pretty ELO, old school ELO team. I think I switched up the lead a little bit, but that's a pretty common ELO gaining team. And then I've got some like not FERROTHORN Spice, but it's more unique there. So I'll do a combo of that over the season. If people seem to be enjoying my acting skills, both on the making jokes at Niantic with the last short about behind the scenes Niantic thoughts, and then when I joked about the Noiback Community Day video. So I will, if any other thing pops up, I will be sure to do that. I am going to try and reach out to the content creators. The thing is, like, I'm still doing a bunch of other stuff to keep me busy, not like on the like the YouTube showcasing front, but I'm on like a factions team. So I still do the monthly self tournaments. I do 2, one for Ottawa and one for Toronto. And I just got recruited to represent Canada for the Gym Breakers. So I'll be doing that now too. So I'll definitely be busy with JBL. Just depends on like how much I want to actually showcase here and whether I have time to do anything else. So yeah, appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments below if you are trying, if there's like a unique Pokemon that you've used in Great League that you like thought like, hey, this is actually pretty useful or interesting. Like I said, FERROTHORN, tried it. I don't think it's that Pokemon, but has okay play. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.